You're on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Dragons Lair podcast. I am the Blue Dragoon himself, Daniel the Dragon, and with me once again is the incomparable family man himself, James Haynes.
Coming out of the unsomber sphere this week as we've lost one of our good guests, Mr. Van der Beek. May he rest in peace.
Yes. But before we get into that, we also have a special guest host with us as well, returning our Bridgerton expert herself, Danielle Merivet Hernandez.
It's me. How you doing?
How you doing?
And yes, we don't want to wait for our lives to be over, but we all must say James Van der Beek's name.
Yes.
Well, you knew I met him.
Yeah, you met him. I wish I would have gotten a chance to meet him. James Van der Beek, I will remember the very first time that I saw him in anything was actually Angus.
Yes, I was thinking of that too.
Yeah, I don't know if, Danielle, you've heard of Angus.
I'm not familiar with Angus, but I did appreciate his comedic version of himself in Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Yes, that was so good.
Oh my gosh, he was such a good sport about himself.
Him and Kristen, that was.
Those two were great. If you get a chance, I definitely recommend. It's a kids movie from the 90s, Angus.
Yes.
It's basically about a fat kid who's good at football and even better in science. He's on the school football team. James Van der Beek is one of his teammates, but has been picking on him his entire life for being on the big side. So he goes and sets him up to make him become like the winter ball king with the girl that he's been crushing on this entire time, who happens to be Van der Beek's character's girlfriend.
Ruh-roh.
Yes. So it's the acceptance and everything going on of a kid who's on the bigger side, but realizing he has more value than just being the fat kid who's good at science and fair at football.
Amen.
All right.
Yes.
Sounds like a real coming-of-age tale.
It is. And
yes.
And eventually the interesting thing is the team was the Coyote, so it was blue and silver, and it was the same colors for Varsity Blues with James Van der Beek. And he also wore the exact same number from Angus in Varsity Blues.
That's a fun fact.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta love life's Easter egg.
Yes, and our hearts go out to James Van der Beek's family because no one should have to deal with that kind of a tragedy.
We also lost our consigliere, Mr. Robert Duvall.
We lost a lot of people lately.
I know.
Week. I would say the rule of three was impacted by 3 at least.
Oh,
we were up to 4, including now we're up to Eric Dane.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's not even including some of the famous voice actors who've passed away. And there's just been too much. This has been a time of turbulence, if you will. And I think we needed to lighten things up a bit. So I figured Bridgerton is a great way to lighten things up. So having Danielle here definitely helps us out with that one.
Okay.
But we also have 2 movies that we were going to be discussing, The Wrecking Crew and The Rip.
Yes.
As well as I have a couple of anime recommendations. Jimmy, do you have anything from the vault this week?
Yes, I do.
So let's start off with Jimmy's From the Vault.
On Netflix, I got to see, and it's pretty funny, Caught Stealing with Austin Butler. Let's put it this way. The story takes place around 1997. It's in New York City. You follow this bar back, that's Austin Butler, and goes home, and his neighbor, who's played by David Tennant, goes and asks him, "Can you watch my cat for me?" Okay. Next thing you know, everybody's looking for his neighbor because he stole some money. But then next thing you know, you have Zoe Kravitz is in it. You have a one gentleman by the name of, oh gosh, I'm really blooding out right now. But the long story short of it, and even Laura Dern makes a cameo appearance at the end. But it's basically a kid who has all this post-concussion syndrome and everything. There's that they're all looking for this money, and with this concussion and everything is because he was a baseball player, and he was doing drinking and all this other stuff, and now he had to quit. Why? Because it was affecting his mind and everything else because of a car accident. and he could have been a top player in the Major League Baseball and everything. Everybody's like, you following the Giants? Did the Giants win? Giants win? But it's a good movie. It's worth it. So I recommend it. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
So it has a good cast. I will tell you that.
All right, that sounds good.
That review went places. I was not expecting one thing after another after another. So it's
Yeah.
a way deeper movie than it looks.
It is. It's very interesting. You gotta. I mean, you follow along and everything, and it's like you think it's one person doing something, and next thing you know, you find out it's a whole other bunch of other people. Then you see during the High Holy Days with Carol Kane is in it as the mother, as the Jewish mother. Oh yes. And but Liev Schreiber is one of her sons, and so is Vincent D'Onofrio. And you see the two of them dressed in Hebrew. You can't even tell.
No, I have to ask, are you pronouncing that correctly? Because after our last episode, I want to make sure that we're...
Liev Schreiber
and...
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Okay. Yes.
We have to enunciating. Today's extra word of the day.
Yes.
Sponsored by the letter F and the letter U to all those that do that. Because remember, this show is also sponsored by Jimmy Crack-Corn and I don't care.
But yeah, no, after our last episode, we had someone that made a comment about my pronunciation of the names because unfortunately, you know, if you say things quickly when you're talking about Fallout and Walton Goggins...
Or Ella Parnell?
Yes, where it sounded like I was saying Walter Goggins, so instead of Walton, so I have to enunciate.
Articulate, as
Yes.
my diction teacher would say.
Yes.
Ooh, yes. We all must be reminded to articulate.
And the funny thing was, even My Fair Lady was on this week, too.
Oh, God.
Hey!
Hey.
But I do have a couple of anime recommendations. Frieren season 2 is back. It is a very calm story when it comes to like adventuring because it's after what happens with the famous party that defeats the demon lord and they've gone off, they've lived their lives, but Frieren is an elf who lives a longer life than all her human companions. So she is now taken on their apprentices and is traveling with them and they're going through some adventures. And Frieren has nice little quirks of like liking to find books that are magical tomes that have bizarre effects.
Oh.
They don't have to be particularly useful. They just have to be unusual.
So it's like an adventure of the day type story.
Pretty much.
When they keep encountering quests via magical books.
Well, some of it's at the magical books. It's more that's what she's looking for, but she's taking on the apprentices and helping them out, going through kind of almost reliving years later the traveled path that she took with her adventuring party.
Interesting.
So it's very calm.
Yeah, what's that one called again?
Frieren.
Frieren.
Yes.
And it's on Crunchyroll, correct?
Yes, it is. And
yes.
as a throwback, Netflix just got the second part of Kenichi, History's Mightiest Disciple. Where
yes.
basically the story of a young kid who he's been bullied and picked on, and he starts learning martial arts. And when he's learning martial arts, he learns from masters. He has 5 of them. And they basically could kill him with their training him incorrectly, and he actually does die several times because he's dealing with it, and it's very comical. There is a little perversion to it because you have the old mentor who is very pervy.
It's anime.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't we know it?
But Kenichi has his like crush that he has on the only other disciple who's the one who got him into Ryuzanpaku, the training dojo that he's in. So they are training him to become history's mightiest disciple. He's not learning just one style. He learns several different ones. Came out in early 2000s, so I think it was about 2007 when it originally came out, but now it's on Netflix. 50 episodes. If you can find the OVAs, there's about 11 of them.
Wow.
And the show never finished, but it was announced
11
that...
OVAs and the show never finished. That's a choice. You
Well-
guys had plenty of opportunity to wrap it up.
Yeah, but they are bringing back the manga for a new series of it for Kenichi, so I figured this was a good time to bring back Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple.
Hey, good.
Yeah. Now, before we go into the Bridgerton conversation, I want to start off with The Rip.
Yes.
Because this is Ben Affleck, Matt Damon on Netflix, an entire cop drama that has so many twists and turns. It was so interesting, and my only description when someone asked me if I was going to see it was, it's got Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, I'm already sold. And anyone who thinks that these two are not good actors does not understand the art that they are doing, the subtlety to their performance, but the history that those two have plays so well with their chemistry on screen.
Hey, that's why they got the Oscar.
Yep.
That's
Good
also
with
why
hunting.
they had half a dozen films in the early 2000s
Yep.
that were hit after hit after
Yeah.
hit.
And
they
they
had
were-
a sweet sauce together.
Oh, yeah. And even when they were separate,
Yeah.
their movies were still good. But together, it's just something a little extra. And The Rip is supposedly based off of a real story. So, Jimmy, you want to kind of give us a little overview?
Give us the lowdown.
Basically, you see one of the op agents is running from these two, we don't know who they are at the moment, masked vigilantes. And she's got this phone. She texts somebody, we don't know who.
Scandal.
Yes. Yes. This is where the plot starts. She decides to throw the phone away after they shoot her into the, how should we say, the Atlantic or Caribbean?
They were in Florida, so
Yeah, it's
into
either-
one of the
either way.
bays down in
Just
Florida.
realizing
Yes.
someone's shot you. Are you now making a decision to throw away the phone, or is the phone also going? Ah.
No.
No.
She actively made the decision because she was still firing back on her assailants.
So it
Yeah.
was like bang bang. Ugh.
Yep.
All right.
And next thing you know, we got Matt Damon's character talking to his CO about a case going on. And you have
Yeah.
Ben Affleck and everybody else doing their normal rituals of police drama and everything.
It's the entire task force is now dealing with the loss of their leader. So now they're trying to figure out who did it, how they can investigate it, and they get a supposed call on the tip line that there's a house that they need to go investigate, and when they go, they find a boatload of cartel money.
Yes.
And it all goes south from
But
there.
not only, let's not say boatload, let's say bucket loads.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's put it that way. Let's
Are
put it
bucket
that way.
loads more than boatloads?
For this one, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the amount that they had on, that they kept showing everybody. Yeah, this is how much you have. This is how much you have. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. There's a lot of intrigue going on as to who's involved with what, if there was talk at a certain point of who's the rat. Every team has a rat on their team, so it's them all trying to figure this out. They find all this money now. The mystery becomes, are they going to steal the money? Are they doing the right thing? What's going on? Why are they doing this? Where's backup? There's all these different plot threads. There is so much going on, and it is so worth it.
Yeah.
All right. And on Netflix or something.
On
Yes.
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
You don't blink.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours, the movie.
Yeah, that's perfect. That
And
was the perfect
this was
time.
a great length for it.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I'm not a fan of movies when they start exceeding 2 hours, but this is one that the way that they performed everything, each one, there was enough action in there, but between the mystery of who's doing what and who can you trust on your own team, that portrayal was so good that The Rip is one of these movies that I was very excited to see, and I was happy that it was as good as it actually is. I actually cannot recommend this one enough. I would actually probably watch this one even after knowing where it's turning. I will probably watch this a second time.
Yes.
Nice.
It is double watched movie.
Yeah. And
Definitely.
yeah, it's definitely a good one. And then having the team of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, it elevates it another level. You had Steven Yeun.
On it, yeah.
Yun.
Yoon. Yeah, either one.
Sorry,
Teyana Taylor.
Sorry, I'm butchering your name.
You had the Golden Globe winner Teyana Taylor,
Yeah.
who was in it.
Yeah.
on their team.
They have it has such a great cast.
And then you have in the DEA, you have Kyle Chandler.
Yeah. So there's some good actors in this. This storyline, because I think it was based on a true story, makes it even better with what they've done, because you can almost feel how real and gritty it actually ended up being.
It almost reminded me of Rising Sun with Wesley Snipes and Sean Connery a bit. Not too much, just a bit, because of how the plot twists and all that. But not just because remember, that's a Crichton movie, Rising Sun. That's a Crichton book.
I don't remember Rising Sun.
That came out in around the same time Jurassic Park did and everything. And Michael Crichton was very upset of the character portrayal. So after that, any movie that was made afterwards, like all the Jurassic Parks, until his passing, he kept a bird's eye view on these movies and everything, because he did not like how they did Rising Sun. But this, like, just the plot wise and everything, just keeping an eye, making sure you don't blink, and if you have to get up, you have to pause the movie and everything, because you do not want to miss any segment.
Yeah,
anything.
The Rip is one you do not want to miss something, because if you do, you might miss out on a key little element that lets you in as to where the story's going, or who you think you can trust and who you can't trust, which is the character that you're like really feeling that it's like, oh, this one's the honest cop. Oh, no, wait, maybe it's this one. It's like, is it the other one? I don't know. So there is that intrigue in there that keeps it really going at a great pace.
Yeah,
And
this is not one to be on your phone with when you're watching.
Exactly.
You need to be glued to the screen.
Right to it.
Pay attention to the details.
And I don't know if you realize that at the end they had a dedication to, I believe it was the producer who passed away during the filming.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the name, I'm like, okay. I'm like, whoever it is, all right, power to you. Then next thing you know, you see, I think it was either the director or the producer. And I'm like, damn. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
So
there's definitely a lot that's been going on in this one movie alone. And then because of the choices that we made, I did a double feature with my brother. We watched both movies yesterday at the time of recording this, which makes it even funnier, because we went from serious drama to The Wrecking Crew with an action comedy starring Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista.
not only that, there's also Tamara Morrison. Tamara Morrison, yes. Boba Fett himself.
Boba
the original.
and Jango Fett.
Yes. And Jacob from, I do not want to say his last name, he's from the Spider-Man franchise.
And Reginald the Vampire.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, he's in this, and the things they do to this kid. Oh, but the things he says is even worse.
Yeah, it is absolutely a fun ride. The Wrecking Crew really is. It's the story of two Hawaiian brothers that their father was not the guy that brought them together. It was the thing that kind of drove the two of them apart. So you have Dave Bautista is the brother who's a little more organized. He's the military soldier training other military guys. He's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
He's literally, the first time you see him in the movie, he's sitting in the pool, basically in a meditative state, underwater, with a bunch of the soldiers are all holding kettle weights to keep them down underwater.
That is training too, by the way.
That's
that
part
is
of their military training.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you found out what all these special ops.
Yeah, because for Navy SEALs, they need to be able to hold their breath underwater for a while. So this is one of them. So you get that little interesting element to it, and then you find out that his brother ends up being Jason Momoa.
Who lives in, Oklahoma?
Yeah, in Oklahoma, like a trailer park. He looks like a biker, but he's apparently a cop.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's dating Marina Baccarin.
Yes.
Which she is absolutely amazing. I have loved her since Serenity and Firefly and everything else she's done, including the revival of V.
And isn't she also in Masters of the Universe too?
Yes, the sorceress.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
that's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Yes.
They brought that up in some of the interviews that were going on. It's like, so you have the sorceress with you, and they didn't realize that she's now playing the sorceress in the new He-Man movie that's going to be coming out. So now you have two brothers reuniting for their father's funeral, and they're both independently investigating their father's death.
Oh, of course.
Because their father
As
was
you
a
do.
private investigator,
Yeah.
but they don't get along, so now they're doing it separately, and then they end up having to start working together, and they become like a team and actual brothers. And it is just so much fun watching the two of them beating the hell out of each other.
Oh, that was hysterical.
Like it just that sibling rivalry, that fight of just
Watching Drax and Lobo beat the hell out of each other was hysterical. Yes.
Because Jason Momoa has been cast as Lobo in the new Supergirl movie.
With an awesome bike.
Oh yeah, looks amazing. Intergalactic bounty hunter. It's the character he should have played instead of Aquaman in the first place.
Thank God.
Guys, I did not see Aquaman. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You know I didn't see most of the...
That's fine.
That's
Guess
fine.
what? Most people didn't watch Aquaman.
Most people didn't watch the Snyderverse of Justice League.
Oh, okay, is that what we call it?
Well,
Yes.
all the ones that were created in Zack Snyder's more directed
The
universe.
Snyderverse.
The Snyderverse.
Where, his...
Snyder, not
Yeah.
Schneider.
Yeah, no,
See,
'cause-
No, Schneider's the one from One Day at a Time.
Again.
well, Snyder's from One Day at a Time, but then
Yes.
there's also Dan Schneider that we
Yes.
don't discuss.
No.
Who had all the Nickelodeon controversies.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Oh, Nickelodeon, we know. Nickelodeon.
Yes.
Yes.
Nickelodeon has a lot of history.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of corruption that was in there, a lot of bad things. Dan Schneider's one of them. The creator of Ren and Stimpy's another. Thank
Oh
you
my
for.
God, I know.
Thank you
Even
for.
the director of
Yeah,
Where
that
We
wasn't
Are
Happy,
Here
Happy,
is
or Joy,
stuff
Joy.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
You got that
Happy,
one.
Happy, Joy, Joy stays with me forever, though.
What is it,
listen,
man?
Listen. We all saw Ren and Stimpy. We
Yep.
knew things were wrong with that
Well,
man.
did you know that Ren and
Yeah.
Stimpy was also...
But we loved the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it was originally a concept, it was Ren and Stimpy, Doug's, and Rugrats. It was supposed to be Milk and Cheese.
Yeah.
Because there's a comic called Milk and Cheese. And the gentleman Evan Dorfman was offered it, and he turned it down. People have heard it and say, no, I didn't. I said, yeah, we all know the story,
Yeah.
Evan. You turned it down.
What is Milk and Cheese? It's another cartoon
It's a
series?
comic
Comic book series.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think
I'll tell
like,
you what, it's not part of that Nickelodeon lineup.
No.
but just think of Milk and Cheese kind of like how in Ren and Stimpy they had Powdered Toast Man.
Yes. Enough said.
Powdered Toast Man. Yes, love him.
Yes. And that's the thing, I don't like...
It will endanger you, but
Yeah. I don't like looking back on my childhood and seeing like a bunch of things that I grew up watching and now knowing the people behind them were terrible people. But at the same time,
that's growing up.
yeah. But I do want to just like be able to enjoy some of it at certain points. So it's nice to every now and then turn your brain off, forget that it's like, oh, the person who created this is terrible. But there were a lot of other decent people that worked on this. So there were certain saving graces because Billy West, the voice of Ren and Stimpy at a certain point, because he did both.
Wow.
He is probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met and such a talented voice actor. So,
And such lovable characters. I mean, Stimpy is just pure heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then, he's also, because it's Billy West, he's also a lot of the characters on Futurama. And I will say there is so much to look forward to next week because we have the second part of Bridgerton coming out.
Yes, we do.
Not only that, but then there is also the Scrubs new series.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yes, that starts up on Hulu.
Cropping up.
I know you're not going to be able to watch it, Jimmy.
I plead the fifth on that one.
That's what happens when, you take a stand that I respect, that you stood up with Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, is this in regards to Hulu?
Yeah, Hulu.
And
Picking up
Disney
what you're
Plus.
putting down, and Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And ESPN Plus.
Well, I wouldn't give ESPN my money anyway, but then again, I don't care enough about sports to begin with.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
I was just happy when a friend of mine told me that the women's hockey team won for the Olympics.
Yes.
Solid.
No. Allison
gotta
Liu
celebrate every
was
level.
phenomenal. I got to see that final when she won for the ladies figure skating this morning.
Congratulations.
Listen,
saw her
that was
name.
good. Besides watching a couple of times getting up and seeing Snoop Dogg sitting there with Mike Tirico. Out of anybody, you see, like, what's Snoop Dogg? Oh, gosh, what did Snoop Dogg find? And he's sitting there and he's enjoying, let me tell you something, he's enjoying himself. Unlike Colin Jost, who they said, he went on the bobsled, and you see him sitting there crying like a little baby. And it's like, they showed him from the waist up because...
emotional for him.
Yeah, pretty much, because they didn't want to show him from the waist down if anything else was a different color. No, it was a different color.
I'm just saying, if he's crying, it could be things got stuck to the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the rock
the bench.
Oh, yes.
If you
Yes.
weren't prepared to sit on Siberian ice that day,
No.
I don't recommend sitting on Siberian ice.
Not even Milanese.
Yeah, thank you. I know it's
Or
not
conti-
Siberian.
Not for nothing, but New York has faced its own winter hellscape lately, so we're still getting rid of the dirty ice
I
and snow
cannot
that's
even.
still there.
Yeah, it's nearly March and
that
it's
frozen
still
water
melting.
crap, as I say.
Yeah, the thing that took up a lot of parking spots, ruined a lot of days and nights.
A lot of neighborly relationships have been altered.
Was
based
thanked
on
by
who's
the
parking
alternate
there.
street parking street sweepers because they didn't have to do the blocks for...
Although I do have to say, just out of common consideration for everyone out there, the snow and ice is not going to ruin your grass. Please stop throwing your snow and ice into the middle of the street, because if a car
That's how cars
slides...
melt it.
No, if a car skids on it and crashes into your house or your car that you just dug out, it's not going to be good for anyone.
No, this is
Except for Allstate
Everyone
and...
drive responsibly.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to.
So now we're going to go into our real in-depth topic, because Bridgerton is the main focus. I needed to hit those movies because
Hit away.
I had to bring you on for this because of the fact that not only are you our resident Bridgerton expert,
This is the one. This is the series.
yes, and this is also we had already discussed how you were concerned about what they were going to do. So let's start off with, were your fears allayed so far, or do you still have some hesitation before part 2 comes out?
So I'm of two minds, because they've done a really wonderful job with starting the story off and telling what's going on. It's quite accurate to the book, and we're pleased about that for sure. And as far as like the storytelling, this is very much about the servant life, what it's actually like, because we can equate it to working today, but the relationships were truly different, and that's only being scraped upon so far. But with my concerns, I think exactly what my concerns are happening, and that is that they have softened Benedict to the point where that is not the same man as the one in the book.
Yeah.
Because they don't want Benedict to be too bad. But guess what, boys? Benedict was very, very naughty, and I'm talking blackmail naughty, okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So they're doing a great job, but the changes that they've made have been more character driven than much anything else, I'm pleased to say.
Now, season 4 for Bridgerton seems to be more like a Cinderella story almost.
Indeed.
You see
Not almost directly.
pretty much, yeah. That you have the ballroom where the entire masquerade ball, instead of missing a shoe, it's the missing glove. So there's a lot of parallels to Cinderella. I was getting confused when the Bridgerton family returned for the season, and I am getting confused with the sisters, because I'm looking at I'm like, the elder sister's not there. So she's not there. So I'm confused. I was getting confused. I'm like, why is that sister? I thought we had the discussion about sex and like having an orgasm
Not
and
with this
everything.
sister.
Did you touch yourself?
Yeah.
That was a different season.
That was season 1.
I know you're way behind.
Yeah.
Listen,
Catch up.
I've been catching up on everything, but it's like...
Just go right to season 4. You'll be caught up.
Yeah.
That'll work.
You can watch them out of any order pretty much. It's every season seems to
That
be
sounds like Doctor Who
self-contained.
half the time, too.
No.
Sounds like a lot of stuff half the time.
No, well, it has the old English charm.
Oh, yes.
It has the old English Julie Andrews.
Oh, yes, that's what I like about it. What is it, Mrs. Whitestone, Mrs. Whittingham, I believe?
It's Mrs. Whistledown.
Whistledown. I knew it was something.
And it's Lady Whistledown. I can't believe I did that.
Yes.
I can't believe it's not butter. Listen, Lady Whistledown is the most hysterical person that I've heard there. You know what it reminds me of? That show with who was it? That was on ABC with the four wives, Desperate Housewives, because she's describing this story. I'm like, why does this remind me of Desperate Housewives?
Because Desperate Housewives, the narrator who was the one that offed herself at the beginning of the series.
Yes.
But
Spoiler alert from someone who's not going to watch it.
it's not a spoiler because it's literally how the series starts.
Yes.
So every episode has the narration from the deceased.
Good to know.
But yes, Lady Whistledown it's so interesting.
And I loved how they got her.
Oh no,
Julie Andrews.
The true funny part is now getting to see Jimmy's reaction now that Lady Whistledown has already been exposed in the show, so we know who it is, and now it's like,
and you see, now that's a big change from the book, because in the book's orders they've been switched, they've been reversed. So when Benedict and Sophie's story comes around, Lady Whistledown has not been unmasked yet, and there's a big time jump in the books that did not happen in this storyline. A 2-year time jump between the masquerade and them meeting up again at that Cavender's house with that altercation, which is a lot of time to forget a person, you know?
Yes.
But it's also a lot of time for these other characters to have interactions with each other.
Yep.
Point of this being, Lady Whistledown still at the end of their book, and the end of their book, their epilogue is like 7 years later, is still not unmasked.
No.
So Lady Whistledown in the books went on for like a decade before
I could believe that.
before Penelope was exposed as. But it's interesting to see how they've done it, because in the
I
show,
want to think it's Penelope.
in the show they have her season already, so
Mm-hmm.
they have her resolve, and now in season 4 it's like, now that everyone knows it's Penelope, how does Lady Whistledown go about whistledowning? So I think that's an interesting turn.
Now you had said that the books are, because it's out of order, it's now which one of the siblings was reversed? I would assume that each one of them has their relationship, because I would assume that it would be the sister, the bookwormish sister. I'm always forgetting her name. Was that
The first one?
Not
No, Eloise is the...
Eloise.
The feisty book reader
Yes.
who hasn't won any suitors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
She's the 5th book, so her 5th season is accurate. Benedict was the 3rd book, and Colin was the 4th book, so the two brothers have switched.
Yeah.
So Colin is not married during the masquerade, and actually Colin had an interaction with Benedict and the Lady in Silver in the book, which we didn't get to see, unfortunately, in this. They could have still added it. Whatever. Whatever.
I'm going to assume that had to be scheduling conflicts with.
That's Chandra's fault. That's Chandra's
They
fault.
have a lot to squeeze into that masquerade episode. Also, they have to keep squeezing in characters who don't matter anymore.
They also
They're
have to
like,
keep
wanna
squeezing in
these
characters
actors
into their
conversation.
dresses.
Well,
Listen, if you've seen Gone with the Wind, you've seen these ladies, you've seen all the, Pride and Prejudice and all this other stuff, you know those dresses are a pain in the ass to get into.
And get out of.
But that's
Yes,
what they want
that too.
you to think this. Oh, now we're going down a nerd rabbit hole, because Pride and Prejudice, which does take place during the Regency era, which is when Bridgerton is also happening, actually has the loosest, drapiest form, because they were recreating Grecian drapery and Grecian togas. So those were actually the lightest. That's like a summer dress in comparison to the Gone with the Wind corsetry, which absolutely was.
God bless Hattie McDaniel for having the strength that she was.
Ooh, I can only imagine.
Talk about lung capacity, because having to be able to squeeze into that thing and then still be able to breathe.
Just long enough to stay alive.
Listen, Olivia de Havilland did it, and then she did Robin Hood. Enough said there.
Bless her heart, we love her.
Maid Marian. Oh, yes.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So now.
Okay, so you're confused about the sisters. How do we want to do this? How do we want to address things? Let's go. I need to help illuminate, give clarity.
Yes.
What questions do you have?
Now, I kept getting confused
Yeah.
because the sister who got married in the previous season
Is still around.
She's still around, but her entire relationship status of her and her new husband, I was getting them mixed up, where I'm looking for the original sister from the first season.
Yeah, who's not around at all.
Yeah, I'm like, was she actually around in the books? Was she not?
Of course. It's easy to just write in the characters and then they visited each other, but she's only like pop-inable within them as the other characters go on their personal journey. So you do see Daphne and Simon again a few times, but
yes.
because Reggae Jean-Page did not sign back on to Bridgerton, we obviously have not seen him again, and so I don't believe we'll see Phoebe Dynevor for a while either. But that being said, we are seeing Francesca again. And this is because Francesca is the sister where they not only switched the character, they did a gender swap. So her romantic lead is a woman now, which is changing her entire narrative. So I imagine she's the sister we're going to end up seeing the absolute most of in this very conflicting narrative that they have now given her. It is a lot. It is a deep rabbit hole of Bridgerton conflict, and it's like, on the one hand, respect sapphic storytelling and let them have a romance novel, and I get that and I support that, and on the other hand, respect and treasure the characters who have love in these stories, and you're smearing John and Francesca's love, and that's very distressing to the book readers. While simultaneously exploring the reality, which is a choice because nothing in Bridgerton is about reality, but exploring the reality of what a contractual marriage where there's kinship, but there isn't necessarily devoted, exclusive passion to each other, especially where there is not knowledge and information on what the experience can be, is something that's being explored. Oh, wow, that was a mouthful.
Is that now partially why, like, that they are bringing in the concept of having the mistresses?
The points of the mistresses have always been around. Did you not notice?
But they made it a little more prominent with this season.
They made it prominent because this season is based on the book titled An Offer from a Gentleman. And I think you now know what that offer was.
Yes.
And then I see also that they made a spin-off with the Queen.
Queen Charlotte has her own spin-off. It was technically the third season?
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah, it was
third, but I wouldn't even call it the third season
but
so much as the spin-off.
The season. So it's the spin-off, but it has tangibility within the Bridgerton world.
That's a good thing.
Because now we see things happening with Lady Danbury.
But wouldn't it also be considered a prequel? Because it takes place before.
I would call it a sidequel.
It's a side quest.
It's a side
Yeah, side quest.
Side quest.
Because I don't think it even features looking at the king, it's like, oh my God, no wonder why she's running the country. Because he can't even, the only thing he can run is run, basically. That's it. Because his mind is not there.
Right.
And that's not even running.
Right.
Yeah.
King George notoriously suffered from porphyria, as we later diagnosed him because we didn't have a diagnosis for whatever that was back in the day.
That's right.
But it did lead to bouts of madness, which is not something
The madness
you
of
want
King
from
George.
your leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did we get here, Queen Charlotte?
Yes.
Yes. But Francesca, bringing it back. So,
Yes.
because her story, her romance novel takes place, it's after she's a widow. Sorry, R.I.P. John. They're making us love and grieve him before he even has a chance to pass. But, like, she has a happy marriage with this man. Then he tragically passes terribly young. And then she's a widow. And then it's his cousin, Michael in the books, Michaela in the show, that she has a second romance with, and that's her book. But because they changed the premise behind it, now what we're getting is sort of like this gay awakening, distress during marriage while trying to discover her own pinnacle, which I thought was a lot of fun when it came to language and again discussing, which we just don't in a society, and it is unnecessarily harmful by not talking about.
So we're pretty much going to get whether it's a season or is it going to be part of a season?
I feel like her season is going to be 5 seasons long, just in case they don't actually get to her season. That's my suspect.
Considering the fact that now this will be the point where, even though we've already seen so much going on relationship-wise, that they're now going to start and people are going to complain, oh, Bridgerton went woke. It's like, if it was in the books, it's like...
Went? Have you... What?
I like that. When.
Yes.
Went?
But you know, there's always someone who has to complain.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all they learned to do.
Yeah. And that's
That's why they say go woke, go broke, because that's all they learned to do.
Yeah. Which
broke.
I have to say, I've been enjoying this. Like, the entire season so far has been so much fun for those first 4 episodes.
It has. I've watched it several times.
I was like, I had a hard time watching it because I didn't want people realizing what I was watching.
Yeah, I would recommend watching this at home. Don't watch this on the go.
Well, I didn't have that opportunity. Now, the second half of the season, I definitely have that opportunity because life wanted to throw me a few curveballs.
Eclipse. Stripping things away.
Yep.
Point being, Bridgerton will be waiting there for you.
Yes.
So excited.
I'd rather have that waiting there for you than a certain documentary.
I don't know what the documentary is.
What?
You know which one we are not watching.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we ain't watching that travesty.
Listen, I can just say it. We're not watching the Melania.
I
No.
caught on quickly.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Please, we're not done scratching the surface of Bridgerton.
Exactly.
We should
We're
never
scratching
be.
The surface. The whole point of this
Yes.
storyline is about Benedict and Sophie, and we haven't spoken about them at all.
And now we do have to jump in with Benedict being the artist that he is. He can remember so much when you're seeing him draw all of his artistic renderings of the girl at the ball, and yet he can't figure out that she's right in front of him this entire time.
He's even drawing in the first. You see, the first time he's drawing is a hand.
Yeah.
And it looks fabulous. He's like, nah, shit. And he throws it away.
He's a self-loathing artist. That's what we
Yep.
all are, aren't we?
And that's the thing, like, I like the fact that it's like, you said it, it's like, I guess that's to show the passage of time because there's enough time for him to have forgotten, even though he's been sitting there drawing her constantly, but her face is becoming more and more drawn out, where it's becoming more of a blur and he can't place her directly.
Exactly.
So I think that would be more the thematic of the amount of time versus what actually the time frame from the books.
Right, and that's another thing. In the books, you do explore that. You do explore his art where he's desperately trying to sketch the memories he has of her. One of the issues is the time has gone by so much. But another issue that we are forgetting is Benedict went to a party before this party. He was already drunk and high and on substances and sex pheromones. Like he already boned someone before he went to this party, and then he was like, "Oh, I mustn't kiss her because I'm covered in fluids." and she's all like, "I'm gonna kiss this man," and I, the viewer, and I'm like, I have conflicting emotions about the way you told this story, but keep going. He wasn't in a clarity state. He didn't have HD looking at her face, but this is also how I feel our spirit guides must feel talking to us when they're like, "Do you seriously not remember that thing? It is in front of your face." We miss things in front of our faces all the time. All the time. It's so the story can happen.
Yeah. And I love the fact that Sophie's character is so independent that it started the maid war of her being kicked out, and it takes 4 people to replace her.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that.
I relate to that work ethic so much
Good.
because it takes 4 people to replace me on the job site. So it's like, really? Okay.
Kidding? Even my job, it will take about 8 between me and my partner.
Huh. See, they never
do.
recognize what they have until they lose it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. And that started off an entire maid war. And you can see, even with the class system, that they went, and it's like you're trying to keep your servants and your to work on your house, but you're not going to give them a raise. So if you're not giving them a raise,
No, you're just calling them family.
Yes.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Here at so-and-so, we're a family.
a dysfunctional family, it's like, no, we're not a family. It's like, oh, so you'll give me your old hand-me-downs, but you said you didn't have money, so now you're going to go off and buy more things.
New wardrobe.
Yep.
It's like, oh, no.
New
no.
pictures for the house.
Yeah.
It was new everything.
It's
Yes.
like, she knows where the bodies are buried. Come on, Lady Featherington, what are you doing?
But,
So-
that family's been a problem for a
Yeah.
while.
Oh, yes.
So now they're able to stay in the storyline by continually being problematic.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, even Penelope, she turned her problem behavior into a well-funded industry, but, it's still problematic. She ruined several people.
Yes, but at the same time,
Yes.
it was kind of needed.
Well, the point is,
She
this
ruined
affects people's lives.
Yes, she ruined, but also helped them discover who they were supposed to be with.
Thankfully, it worked out in the end because this is a romance novel.
Yes.
So
If
yeah,
it
the
was-
maid wars. One person's work ethic cannot be replaced by one person because they were doing the work of many.
Yeah. Not realizing how much work she was actually doing.
Oh, I'm sure she knew.
Oh, she knew, but didn't realize
Araminta is
it.
a
Didn't
piece
realize
of
it.
work.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, of course, the sisters giving her things to, like, support yourself. And it's like, yeah, the jewelry's fake. It was like, what?
Sorry. They didn't trust that sister with any real jewelry.
Yeah.
In the book, it's shoe clips, and Sophie takes them herself.
Oh,
Sophie's
okay.
just like, I've got to take something. And then she discovers that, yes, Araminta has been posturing everything, including her own.
Yep.
Her own. So
So
there's
the-
supposed to be deeper meaning to that, but whatever. We're moving on.
So the wealth just isn't there for
Wealth
the
just
family.
isn't there, exactly. Araminta's a spendthrift, and she's spending it all on Rosamund, which is why she keeps pitching Rosamund to be the be-all, end-all. Our Posy is a delight, and I mean, she is in the book as well. We love and stan our Posy. She's so precious and delightful. The actress is really killing it with that, which mattered to me because Posy was also the character that my friend was pitching herself as. So for a time, I was pitching myself as the character of Sophie, as the Puerto Rican Sophie Beckett, as you can see. We got the Korean Sophie Beck, and we love her, and we appreciate
Yes.
her. But it's just a different story. Posy is pivotal in everything that happens next. So it was so critical to see how their dynamic played out on stage. And it's really beautiful to see what they're doing. And also, Sophie's character is such a great character. I love the internet's reaction to her because I've loved this character from a book for over 15 years now. And she's grounded, she's witty, she does not take flack. She's going to get in there. And she's even feistier in the books. Like, I feel they've toned her down is not the right word, but tempered her, I want to say. Tempered her in a similar way that they softened Benedict.
Now, the whole thing with the queen and her entire relationship with her friend that she's not even treating like a friend half the time, was that in the book as much, or was this...
Queen Charlotte does not exist in the book, period. That's
So,
your answer.
This is a Chandra
It's all
special.
Shonda.
Yep, that's all Shonda.
It's all Shonda.
Okay, I was
The
curious
Lady
about that.
Danbury exists
Yes.
in the book. She's a matriarch. She's
Yeah.
this elderly lady who's always interfering in love lives and helping things out. So it is nice that Lady Danbury has a higher connection in the show, but no, it doesn't exist.
Okay. What about Lady Danbury's brother and
Doesn't exist.
With Mrs. Bridgerton?
No,
That-
no, quite the opposite actually. In the books, Lady Violet Bridgerton is quite devoted to the memory of her husband, and there's never another person ever again.
I like the fact that they kind of gave her a moving on period.
I agree. I love this storyline. I love this exploration of being an older woman coming into a new relationship with that part of yourself, because one thing Violet says is that she's had babies and her body is changed, and what will it be like now? And those are things we never talk about, but it's not like it doesn't happen. So it's really wonderful. They do open a lot of doors, Bridgerton, a lot of conversations, if I may.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
And I enjoy the fact that it was like she kicked everyone out of the house just so she could have her fun time.
Yes.
And while she's in the middle of her fun time, her son is doing the same thing.
Well, he's trying.
He was
that's
he
for
was
sure.
pretty much succeeding.
I mean, I guess it depends on what we consider a success here. He definitely got in there. He got in there swiftly. I have mixed feelings about that as well. Here's my thing. Okay,
Yes.
one, they removed my favorite tryst scene. It just didn't happen because they wanted to push this moment further. So I get the narrative decision. However, that moment at the lake, stuff happened. All right, you don't find a naked man in the lake that you desire and not happen. Okay, now I won't say all of the way happened. No. But there was absolutely canoodling in the grass, and they knew what was about.
Canoodling,
And
today's
it was
new word.
in that moment that Benedict asked her to be his mistress.
Ah, so he did it then?
Did it then, and she is abjectly horrified, as she is in the show, and shuts it down. And then, when she won't agree to be his mistress, he strong-arms her into working at the Bridgerton household through blackmail. Like, if she does not come work for his family, he's going to report her for theft, which could be a life-threatening crime. This is a problem. Problematic. I get why they changed these things.
Yeah, because it's very softened to where she was already blacklisted, so she had nowhere else to go anyway.
Yeah, but then they've almost done it to a point where I feel like he is almost toddler-like, even to the way he walks. And I love Benedict's character, and I also love being in touch with our inner child, so please do not feel defensive over anything childlike. But when I say that he's like being adolescent, I mean, just to the way he's walking and he's talking, it's like, please don't go. Like, there's almost a petulant level. I'm not loving it. It's not sexy. It's not. Like, Benedict, I've seen you do things. I know you can man up to this. You're just choosing not.
I mean, didn't he man up to Simon and say, we'll have a duel at dawn?
That was the other brother.
That was the other brother.
He just was there as the younger brother, like, okay, I guess I have to carry these guns now.
It's like I'm the second, so in case something happens.
There it is. Okay, so that Triss scene removed. Sad, missed it. Also, that was part of my pitch deck, so sad face. But it does make the storyline make more sense for that to be the break, so that when he asks on the stairs, it's shocking to the audience. You can't believe he dared to say that. He was trying for many chapters to get this woman to be his mistress, and they just kept trysting all over the Bridgerton house before she was like, you need to get out of your own house, like she did in the show, which was very funny. Yeah, I missed that scene, but I understand. On the other hand, this is going to get graphic, but I know you can handle it.
Oh,
are you ready?
My
Oh,
delicate
ready.
sensibilities.
Do prepare your delicate sensibilities. All right.
Oh my.
He went right for the double finger, and I just want to say I think that's ambitious, especially if no one has met the hand before. That's just more invasive than you might think, especially if you're not prepared. That's what I'm saying, and I feel like we need to talk about that. Maybe it was fine, and it's a TV show, so they made it fine. But also, I just feel like Bridgerton's lost its edge. In the first one, we did way more things, and now it's just like, look, fingers are going places. Like, that's a cheat code.
Oh,
What else can you do?
Fingers are going places when you, instead of like starting with one being at least a little romantic, it's like two.
One is at least a little romantic.
It's like, warm.
You have to work your way up
Yeah.
to two.
You gotta prime the engine first.
That's what I'm saying.
They've learned that 1 is the loneliest number, so they went to 2. They just went right to 2. They forgot about 1.
And be sad
That's
as
it.
One.
That's it.
Anyway, how did we get here? Me, I did this.
Yes, you did.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
And thank you for bringing your TED Talk, because that was absolutely worth it. The conversation there, that it needed to be addressed.
It needs to be said, and I am willing to say it.
Yes, and thankfully I was not willing to say it. Normally I am, but yeah.
I'm here to not have the sensibilities.
I'm just glad you pointed out that it was 2 fingers instead of 1.
I saw that. We all saw that. He put his fingers in his mouth. We watched it all happen.
Oh, yeah.
What was happening next? And if you don't know,
You shouldn't be. If you don't know, you shouldn't have been watching Bridgerton in the
but
first
that's
place.
the other thing. Bridgerton is also becoming a resource where people are getting information because they just don't have reliable resources. You have to have people willing to talk about it,
Yep.
and hopefully they have good information.
I've watched
Because-
people go into Bath and Body Works like, what the hell is this? It's a show on Netflix. Oh,
Oh my God, the soaps.
the soaps.
There are soaps.
Yes, there are
And
soaps.
they smell so good. I know. I'm their target demographic. and I
I've
want
seen
it.
the
I want
soaps.
it.
I have to ask, did you buy the soaps?
No, I did not.
Okay.
But I would use them. I
Okay.
have bought soaps in the past.
Okay. I do not judge, because all fandoms should have merchandising.
We just want to smell fancy.
Merchandising.
Merchandising.
Merchandising,
All
Mr.
about
Brooks
the
says.
merchandising.
It's all about the merchandising, baby. But there, you know what? Before we go, I don't know how much time we have. So before we go off,
We have
I
as
want-
much time as possible.
Yep. Keep going.
But still,
It's my show. I can make this last as long as
It's
I
our
want.
party and we can stop it when we
there's
want
a
to.
few things happening happening in this storyline that I just wonder how many people are catching on to, because it's being laid out pretty clearly. One, we see the main conflict is being asked to be a mistress. Why is that a problem? Because a mistress doesn't get respect. She's in fact disrespected. It's not an honorable position. And if you have any children...
They're illegitimate.
They're illegitimate. And what is Sophie's problem?
She was considered an illegitimate child.
She is illegitimate. And so, we have also seen from the very start of this season, in the background, what's happening to some characters who find themselves in a delicate condition. So we saw this with the Queen, where one of her ladies in waiting came forward, Lady Baird, in a delicate condition, meaning she's pregnant and out of wedlock. And as you can see, she's not relieved of her duties. She's relieved permanently. She may not come back. So she's already being cast out of a noble position. She's in a delicate state because literally being pregnant is a life-threatening condition without proper care and facilities.
Oh, yes.
On a good day. And then 3, the society is built to discard these women, and basically children born out of wedlock are born into captivity because they are drafted into the servant class or worse. So it's happening in the background, and now you're seeing that Benedict has made this proposition, which to him is this brilliant, wonderful thing, because mistresses are meant to be those people you just love and treasure and have passionate trysts with, and isn't that what he's found? Mm-hmm. Whereas to Sophie, it's like, oh, so get to be a secret for the rest of my life again, and this is hell, and I want to die. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to go do that now. And then the stairs just open up, and like she gets herself out of there, but the way it's being perceived. And Benedict is coming from a place of absolute privilege, of wealth that he never had to work for. So though he appreciates it, it doesn't click what it actually does for him. He's had the libertine lifestyle of an artist, which can be very seductive for anyone. And because of that, he hasn't fully applied himself. He just dabbles. And so he has a lot of these unfulfilling relationships. And so he knows he wants something fulfilling, but he's still trying to fit it into that libertine world.
Yeah, considering every season he's had a very plethora of relationships.
You know what? We should go back to season 1 just to watch Benedict's story arc of being a slut. An absolute slut.
He's a man whore.
Yes, he's a rake, as they say. And now that is a trope in romance novels. And I'm seeing the internet talk about this, how they're tired of rakes. And I'm like, oh, honey, sweetie baby child, honey.
You're not tired of rakes, you just haven't seen it yet.
You think you know. But it is a trope that's used a lot, because it is this idea of claiming a man away from what looks like this lovely libertine lifestyle, but it's empty, and that's why you keep going from one shallow experience to another shallow experience. And let me just say, seek out your experiences as you will, but make sure you are seeking them out. They're not just happening at you. And so I think that's where the rake storyline comes from. It's not really about sluts. It's more about finding fulfillment, being willing to emotionally open up, and being emotionally slutty is also possible. And that's when people don't shut up about what's going on inside.
He's a gigolo, man.
Slut.
Yeah, I've been I haven't read the books, so I have no knowledge of what's going on, but I keep sitting there and I'm telling myself, I'm like, there's no way Sophie is the illegitimate child. It's like, it doesn't seem like it.
I mean, if they decide to change that, but it is the book's narrative truth.
Yeah.
She is.
It's just the fact that the way they're presenting it with the necklace, that it's like, oh, she's not telling anybody about it. They've been keeping that a secret. Like, if that's the key thing to prove that she's actually the legitimate child. Like, that's how they were portraying it.
I see why you would say these things, especially because when she asked about the mother, he did not say anything about her, in whether it was positive or negative. That would be an interesting change. I think it would be a disappointing change, actually, because there's so much significance to the point that she is a bastard child. She is born in unfair circumstances. It's not her fault, but it's true.
But because it's a Cinderella story, it's all Cinderella wasn't an illegitimate child. She was her father's
She was the legitimate child, but she was still cast into servitude all the same. So
Which
that's
is
the element that you're taking, but it's not.
But that's why
full-
it seems like that could be the direction if they've made some changes, if that could be something that they're doing.
That would be interesting.
So, and I typically hate speculating on what could be, especially when there are source materials. Even though I haven't read them, I don't want to sit there being like, oh God.
It's just too different for us to truly determine. And I mean, there is that scene at the funeral where she's crying and she says, but my father loved me. And Book Sophie would never say that because Book Sophie had no illusions. She knew that man did not love her. She knew she was the illegitimate child. She was never allowed to call him father. She was only allowed to call him sir.
It's like Simon, his father didn't love him, and then he told him and says, listen, you ain't getting an heir, so die, son of a bitch.
Exactly.
That's what he did.
That's what we end up seeing with Sophie. But we'll see if they make that change. Again, I would be personally disappointed because too much significance. The point is what happens to people born outside of marriage and the tradition of marriage, and why is their existence criminal? That's the whole point. However, she is eventually recognized as the daughter of an earl. Yes, she's a bastard, but she's still recognized as the daughter of the earl. Eventually, like, that will be happening. But we'll see how they decide to do it.
She's like Jon Snow.
Yes.
But yeah, no.
Hopefully not too much.
Well, as long as you're not sleeping with your aunt.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Exactly. So we've got another 4 episodes that are gonna drop.
Yeah, we're gonna have another 4 episodes. It's gonna go places. So things to look forward to that I saw in the teaser trailer. We're very excited for the bathtub scene. I know why. You can figure it out. So happy that it's involved in the teaser trailer because that lets us know that they care about how much we care that they have that scene right.
The bathtub scene in Gordon Ramsay's documentary, film at 11.
Now, I'm going to say this for all of our listeners out there. Make sure you watch the video version on Spotify or on YouTube because Jimmy's reactions have literally been priceless of seeing him just mouthing certain things, and you may not be able to pick up on it. But yes, and I have not done one single plug, so if you are watching Bridgerton, please let us know what your thoughts are by emailing us at dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. That's all one word, Dragoon is spelled with 2 O's. That's dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. So, had to throw that one out in there.
Yeah.
We're winding down, of course, but at the same time, we can keep this discussion going, but we're going to bring this back for another part because we will have you here.
We are less than 1 week away officially.
That's
it's
right.
happening. Like,
what is it, the 26th?
The final
I thought it was the 25th.
countdown. It's the 26th.
26th.
It's Thursday the 26th.
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is Netflix keeps showing a whole bunch of things that are coming because there's the anime Bakido that's coming on the same day as Bridgerton. And there's the Taylor Tomlinson
There's a lot of things
comedy.
dropping that Thursday.
show.
It's a hot day.
Yeah. What is it? I think Tuesday has Taylor Tomlinson's new comedy special. So there's so much stuff coming out, and I believe the 25th is the first is when Scrubs makes its return. And I've been waiting for Scrubs for so long.
Your whole life. Since the day it left, huh?
Yes.
Since the day it left.
Since the day JD walked out of Sacred Heart, and then they brought back that one weird season where he came back.
I forgot it exists with the interns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see all of that. In fact, towards the end of Scrubs, I only caught it sporadically, but I remember being moved so much by the type of show it was.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that they make sure that they keep JD and Elliot as a couple because
Please don't break them up over these years.
yeah, I don't need that
We don't need more grief.
Yeah,
They already broke up so many times. We're over it.
Well, they were already together by the end. They knew they were perfect for each other, and then they've already made in all the trailers stating that Turk is still married to Carla. They have all these kids, and he has to schedule time to hang out with his best friend. And I understand that because I have to schedule time to hang out with my best friends. So it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yes. And life is complicated.
Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Especially an empty damn box, too, because someone ate them all.
So, on that note, Jimmy, do you want to tell everyone how they can get in touch with you?
Oh, wait, I was going to say ladies first.
Okay, so Danielle.
Wow.
You want to let
You're
everyone
welcome.
know how they can reach out to you and be able to follow your exploits?
Yes. Oh, well, trust me, there will be exploits. Do find me across the internet, but especially on Instagram, where I am the most active, at Des Marivet. That's DezMarivettE. Des Marivet. And you can find me on YouTube, on TikTok, although let's face it, after that new agreement, which I just casually did not sign, I just stopped going on it. So my TikTok's pretty dead right now, out of protest. We'll see what happens. Des Marivet, Danielle Marivet Hernandez. I have my own podcast called We Are Sophie, which I did not do recently because both my friend and I were like, we have a lot to process. So in this upcoming week, we will see what that processing looks like. And we're very much looking forward to part 2. Thanks, it's your turn now.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now you can catch me on Blue Sky, James925. You can catch me on Snapchat, all lowercase, James SI0925. Instagram and Threads, where you can follow my funny stories of rock and NENU_PH. I don't want to say his name wrong because the man's doing an awesome job on these future fabulous Freddie Mercury paintings you can buy from him. And Mudbelly, which is the rock version of the Muppets. James H_the fourth, Facebook James Haynes the fourth, and TikTok 0925 James 0925. That is beautiful. Have a beautiful day, everybody, and thank you very much.
And you can ignore the cracking of the knuckles
Sorry,
there.
I just forgot that
What was Mike here?
Mike in front of the...
God damn you, Mike! Get back to your fidget spinner.
No, that was the time. It was perfect.
Perfect. Fabulous.
Oh, this is...
We'll have it laminated.
Yeah, the audio picks up pretty well. My bad.
That's okay.
You want to give it one more time?
Here.
That's not what I meant. Anyway, it's been great joining you again this
Oh, no.
And
Don't forget, you can also watch her on Screamboat.
yeah.
Yes, you can. Check out Screamboat. Check out the mass electrocution scene. I'm in the back going, blah.
Yeah, I was able to spot you in that scene.
Yes.
Yes.
Yay! When did you see it?
What was it? It became available online to watch, so I was able to check it out.
Ta-da.
It's one of the many Steamboat Willie like horror movies that came out because there's Screamboat. There's another one. There is an entire library of like classic
That sounds
fairy
like
tales and stuff.
A good, like April Fool's Day dive of all of the beloved turned horror fairy tale characters.
Yeah, there's Peter Pan's Nightmare Wonderland.
I can see that one. I can imagine that one real fast.
Tinkerbell is kind of an addict.
Bummer.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff with that, so it's like, yeah.
Well then.
Yeah, there's also a Grinch one. There's apparently
Yeah,
a
the
Popeye
mean
the
one.
Sailor one.
There's the
one.
Banana Splits one.
Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere near that one.
No.
Either.
It was supposed to be like a kind of Five Nights at Freddy's, and even though we actually
I can imagine.
Yes.
yeah.
And it on a high note.
Yeah. And you can find me, the Blue Dragoon 13, everywhere on Spotify. You can listen to the Dragons Lair podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Audible, as well as YouTube 1 week later. You can always make sure that you can watch the episodes if you're impatient on our home on Spotify. And if Spotify, we're giving you content here, sign us.
Yes.
Money. We could use it.
Yes.
Other than that, you can find me on all my socials, Blue Dragoon 13, TikTok, Instagram. You also have Dragoons Lair Official on Instagram, so you've got one for Threads, and you have one for the Dragoons Lair Official and Blue Dragoon 13. You've got TikTok, which I'm still active on because, frankly, I just keep posting shorts of the episodes. And thank everyone for checking those out. You can find me on Twitch. We have a Discord link in all of the socials, so you can sign up there. I know Discord's going through a little weirdness right now, so if you want to sign up, you can sign up and join the group. We can try to form a community, and I'm not going to be telling anyone that the group is over 18, because it's not. We're talking about movies and TV shows, along with, if you want some fitness advice, we've got a channel for that there too. So it's just, give us a shout out on the Discord page, but make sure you follow us on Blue Dragoon 13 YouTube channel. There is so many ways to find me, and of course you can find me on Blue Sky, Blue Dragoon 13. I'm going to say that quite often, and it's driving me nuts. But you can also make sure the easiest way to get in touch with us is the Facebook group, Dragons Lair Podcast. You've got Dragons Lair Official on Instagram. And you can always, easiest way is to send us an email at dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. That's all one word. Dragoon is spelled with 2 O's. That's dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, that one took a lot out of me on that one. But I want to thank each and every one of you for listening. I want to thank Danielle for being here, and I want to thank you in advance for returning, because there's no way I cannot talk.
We've got thoughts and feelings.
Yes, and there's thoughts, there's feelings, and there's a second part of Bridgerton.
Bring her back.
That's an open invitation.
Eventually,
yes,
Benedict is gonna find out, guys.
Eventually.
He's gonna find out that Sophie's known all along.
But at the same time, we still have a few days from the time of recording this before, so the anticipation and the hype is real.
Yes, it is.
And
Very real.
For the next episode, I definitely will be talking about Bakido, which I'm sure is going to be the first part, because Netflix has a habit of breaking things up into multiple parts.
Yeah.
Like
They gotta make it
Sakamoto.
worth the production value.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty that's worth the production value, but at the same time, I still just want to make sure that the Netflix HBO deal goes through, because Paramount does not need it.
From what I hear, the FCC is telling them no.
Well, then the FCC should make sure it tells everybody no, because that's too many monopolies.
Yeah.
It's getting real, guys.
Yeah, it's all a little too real. But I want to thank each and every one of you, because reality sucks, and jumping into a movie or a TV show is definitely a nice distraction from the pain and suffering that is existence.
Yes.
Ha ha ha. May we keep telling beautiful stories together.
Exactly.
Yes.
The things that bring us together are the stories that these are the days of our lives.
As sands through the hourglass.
These are the days of our lives. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Jimmy, for being here. And
Always
thank you,
a pleasure.
Danielle, once again.
Having me.
And with that being said, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Now get out.
Bye-bye.